All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Phyllis Anderson, and I am an emergency room nurse of over 21 years. I've been using the Plexus products for the last 3 years, and to say they've changed my life is an understatement. You're going to hear from a couple other awesome testimonies. I cannot wait for you to hear them. Mine is a story of menopause. Mine was hot flashes, unexplained anxiety, sadness, unexplained weight gain over 20 pounds over 2 years. I was having some brain fog, restless legs, not sleeping well. And my gynecologist told me, yep, welcome to menopause. And I said, I'm not having this. And I wanted answers. And all she could give me was, well, we could try some hormone replacement that might help with your hot flashes, but it's actually going to make you gain more weight. So I said, thank you, but no, thank you. And she agreed. She said, I don't blame you. And anyway, so I got off that. I left her office and started looking for answers. And that is when I found Plexus. It's the short answer of that. Not only did my brain fog go away, but my hot flashes almost immediately. You're going to hear about some products that will help with these things. And my weight gain was slow and gradual over, 6 months. And my sadness and anxiety, whoop, whoop, all gone. Life still brings some things, right, that create emotions. So it's not that I don't have emotions. It's just that I'm not feeling like that. Just inability to put my big girl panties on. That's what I like to say. So I feel like I have some good control there with that. And restless legs, all the things. I had some chronic urinary tract infections, canker sores, sinus infections, and a yeast infection that was, if I got in any antibiotics, forget about it. Athlete's foot and such. So all those things I have seen over the last 3 years. It's like, check the box, get rid of them. And the only thing I'm using is Plexus. So I have some special guests I want to introduce you to tonight. I'm just going to go through this amazing list of people. We have Miss Shana, who will be, wave Shana. She's going to be presenting our triplex tonight. That's our core gut health products. We have 3 main product lines. One is gut health and immunity. The other one is weight management, and third is skincare. So we're going to focus on those 3 areas. It's going to be fast. It's going to be fire hose action, but good news, we are recording this so you can have access to it should you want to play it again, should you want to share it with some friends, which I'm going to encourage you to do because there's a lot of information here. So we have not only Shana, I've got Melody. You're going to hear some great testimonies here as well. And Jessika Wagner, our pediatrician. Da, da. So so glad you're here. And I want to turn the time over to Shana. Again, she's going to talk about our triplex, the cornerstone to gut health and getting that back in balance. And here she is and her testimony.
Thank you, Phyllis. So I'm Shana, and I'm also an RN. I have much less experience than Phyllis, but we went to nursing school together. So I worked for about 8 years in labor and delivery. That's kind of my story. And then I moved on to other things. But some of you know what kind of things those were who know me outside of this. But yeah, so I've got a huge story. I don't know. I think I'll share real quick about some of my issues that I wanted to address. First of all, I followed Phyllis. I'm trying to make this quick. I followed Phyllis for 6 months. I literally would trust this lady with my life. I had no doubt. When it finally sunk in for me, after watching her Facebook posts all the time, it finally just hit me one day. Why don't I believe her? Like, I'm just going to take the leap and give this stuff a try. Like, I would trust her with my life. So what am I waiting for? It does sound too good to be true. And, but I took the leap. And yeah, so I started with triplex. And after investigating a little bit about gut health, I'm going to read from my little thing here. I never heard of the microbiome before. It's what is made in your gut. I have a question. 90% of your happy hormones, GABA, dopamine, serotonin, 70% of your immune function. I think it's 90% of your melatonin. They're all made in your gut. And I had problems with all of those things. I've had depression and anxiety for decades, and sleep, insomnia, big time. I would catch pretty much any bug that came around. So my immune function I knew was not good. So all of that, when I found that out, attracted me to trying this gut health stuff. How your gut health gets out of whack: we kill off good bacteria with antibiotics, steroids, artificial sweeteners, sugar, stress. It's huge. NSAIDs, additives, preservatives. Anyway, that all causes a candida yeast overgrowth in your gut. And that forms a film, like on the lining of the inside of your gut. Even if you're eating well, it will cause your body to not be able to absorb those nutrients. So it is a fungus, and it does eat tiny holes in the gut lining, causing leaky gut. And that can lead to autoimmune disorders, food intolerances. I could go on about that, but just Google leaky gut and anything pretty much, and you'll see a correlation. It affects so many things. So you heal the gut, and I don't even know what I wrote right there. Sorry, my scribbles. Oh, food intolerance goes away. Food intolerance goes away. My son thought that he was lactose intolerant, and that's slowly changing. We're only on our 7th week, I think, for him. But yeah, his stomach problems are slowly getting better. So we've got Slim. Here's the picture, visual. It's a little packet, so it's kind of cool. If you don't have time to mix it in the morning before you run out the door, you can just throw it in your bag or your pocket or whatever and mix it. I recommend, as soon as you can get around to it, mix it up and drink it with like 16 to 20 ounces of water, because it's pretty sweet for me. My youngest son, he's 18, and my whole family's on this stuff because I'm a believer. And he mixes it with like 4 ounces of water and literally plugs his nose and chugs it because he says it tastes like vitamins to him. But anything that's not full of sugar tastes like vitamins to him. So anyway, Slim balances blood sugar. That's like one of the big things it does. You get less of the hangries. Anybody ever get moody and like kind of cranky when they're hungry? I used to. I don't anymore. Energy up and down, cravings. That's all, like, for me, seems to be related to the blood sugars. I think that's true for a lot of people. You balance your blood sugar, you also balance your hormones. Let's see, because it regulates the insulin levels, your master hormone. So your hormones kind of all fall in line. Let's see. It says Slim. We think it should be called Balance because you won't lose weight if you don't need to. You can actually put on healthy weight. Yeah, so that's awesome. Not everybody's concerned about losing weight like I am. I have lost 20 pounds in 7 weeks, and so I forgot to pretty much share any of my story, didn't I? But okay, there we go. It is all natural, plant-based ingredients. It has chromium in it. That's one of the main things. Gives you a slow release of glucose into your bloodstream. No highs and lows anymore. It has prebiotics in it. That's kind of like seeding the garden in your gut. It grows the good bacteria, which we all need. So it grows the good bacteria. We kind of call it weed, seed, and feed is what Triplex does. So this seeds it. Now, Probio 5 right here, this little bottle. That's a probiotic. What makes it better than others? Even more expensive ones. I took probiotics for years and never noticed a difference. So I'm like, this stuff, even the refrigerated ones, they die at body temperature. They like most of the effectiveness of them is gone by the time it gets to your gut. So ours is flash frozen and it has an intrinsic lining. So it gets where it needs to go. It also has a digestive enzyme blend called chitosanase. I think I'm saying that right. That breaks down the hard candida shell that we get in our guts. So the probiotic, it like cracks open that shell so the probiotic can drop in there and do its thing. It has grapeseed extract that kills the candida. So it's weeding and seeding. Now we have to get rid of the weeds. So you got to get rid of that bad stuff that is getting weeded out. So this is the BioCleanse bottle. I feel kind of silly showing it, but there's your triplex right there. That's what most people start with. That's what I started with. Anyway, BioCleanse gets rid of the weeds. It has magnesium, vitamin C, and bicarb. Magnesium and vitamin C create a peroxide kind of effect, bubbles up and removes the waste or the weeds. And we eliminate toxins 3 ways: we pee, poop, and sweat. And as nurses and maybe some lay people here too don't mind talking about poop, we love talking about poop here. My family is tired of it, I think. But this will get you, if you have problems, lots of people have problems with constipation. If you have problems with constipation, this will help you. I happen to have IBS, and it kind of scared me when I started. So I was going like 6 times a day. I only need to take 1 BioCleanse, and I go twice a day. And it is almost never diarrhea anymore. I still have some die-off going on because I had quite a layer in my gut. Still there, some of it, I think. But yeah, so that alone makes my day every day. So normally, if gastrointestinal research tells us that we should be going 1 to 3 times a day. What goes in, you should absorb the nutrients and then eliminate the waste. So that should be a normal thing for everyone. So BioCleanse is like the trash man, takes out the waste, gets the weeds out of there. And so Triplex is the core of the gut health system we have here. And it does balance blood sugar. Like, I walk right past the ice cream now, and that is not me. Like, I don't even know who that person is. Yeah. So, okay. You could Google microbiome and pretty much any disease, allergies, psoriasis, anything, and come up with, I'm wrapping it up, come up with a correlation. Are there any questions, and did I forget anything?
You nailed it, girl. Oh my gosh, yes. And I love how you talked about BioCleanse. Don't be afraid of it, because even if you're one of those poopers, like you poop too much, you're going to see that it relaxes and kind of calms down that bowel from being so irritable. So Shana's right. And what's cool is you're going to see that you'll actually be able to kind of bump that up as you go along. So because your gut's healing and you're not going to have IBS anymore. And magnesium is great for us. And so we want to have more than less, but you can't do that right at first. So we completely tailor a program for you. Okay, I'm going to turn the time over to Jessika Wagner, our pediatrician, who is going to share some information about our immune system and how our products can help really, help encourage that. Go ahead.
All righty. Thanks so much, Phyllis, for having me tonight. I appreciate it. So as she mentioned, I am a pediatrician. I work full-time. And I'm also a mom of 4 little kids, ages 4 to 10. And so life is busy for all of us. And for my story, I was busy and completely exhausted and just thought I was going to be tired for the rest of my life. I had not infrequent headaches. I was super backed up, as I mentioned in the comments, and on daily stool softeners and still struggling to go. And I was really, really good at my water intake, but I lived on sugar to stay awake. So I was eating candy constantly and my 10 to 12 Oreos every night at bedtime as my bedtime snack. And that's gross, by the way. There's like 75 calories in one Oreo. So anyway, that was just how I survived before. And basically, like, I'd put my kids to bed after I got home from work. We'd have dinner, put the kids to bed, and then I went to bed. And I would lay in bed for a long time before I fell asleep. Anytime I got woken up by a child or when I was on call, it would take another hour to fall back asleep again. And I would spend like 8 to 10 hours in my bed every night and wake up exhausted because I was not sleeping well. And I just, starting to have the brain fog and all those kind of things, which is not real great when you're a physician. And I just chalked it all up to, I'm getting a little bit older. I was 35 when my last baby was born. And, I had little kids. And so that was just how it was. I was also overweight by 30 to 40 pounds, probably more than that even. And I was happy because I had everything I wanted in life. I had an awesome family. I had a great job, but I was surviving my life. I was not thriving in my life. And so I started these products in July of 2016. So almost 4 years ago now. And my baby was 5 weeks old when I started. So obviously, as a pediatrician, I wanted to make sure that it was safe when I was breastfeeding, which is kind of ironic considering the fact that I was eating so much crap and didn't seem to care about that. But I wanted to make sure that the supplements I was taking were safe. So I did a fair amount of research on these products beforehand. And I had been taking probiotics, vitamin D, magnesium, multivitamins, DHA. Like, I had been taking all these things before Plexus and was in the state I was just describing to you. So clearly none of it was helping me a whole lot. And I was just taking stuff that I got like at Walmart or Costco or something because I'm a total cheapskate. And then I was introduced to Plexus, and I had been really kind of digging into research about gut health for a while because my husband and my son have celiac disease and 2 of my kids have food allergies. So I was learning about that and learning more and more about what the gut does and realized that that was the key to my problems. And so then when I was introduced to Plexus and kind of dug in and found all this research about the things that Shana just told you about, I was like super fascinated. I was like, this stuff is what I need. So I switched over. I started on the triplex that Shana just told you about. Within the first 3 days, my sugar cravings went away and I stopped getting in my candy cabinet all day, which I was home on maternity leave. So I had free and easy access to it. And I just stopped eating the candy. And I was like, well, that's interesting. Within a week, I got off my daily stool softeners that I'd been taking for 7 years. And now I go 2 to 3 times a day, nice and soft, no problems at all. It's absolutely glorious. I'm a 4 bio cleanse a day kind of person. Then there's people like Shana that are once a day people. And it just, these products are designed to help our bodies function the way they were meant to function. So with a coach, you tailor these products to you and amazing things happen. So over the first 3 months, my sleep significantly improved, my mood improved, my energy improved. I lost 12 pounds the first 3 months. I lost a total of 30 pounds the first year. I stopped having headaches. I honestly didn't realize how many headaches I had until they went away. And then I was like, oh, that wasn't normal to have like a headache every other day. So that was really awesome. I felt like over the first 3 months, I came alive again. And I was the one who was asking my kids to come outside and play with me instead of them dragging me off the couch to go and watch them play on my day off. And it was just, I literally came alive again. And that is the magic of these products, is that they bring you back to life. They restore life to you. And that is why none of us can stop talking about them. So I'm going to tell you tonight really quickly about some of our products that are a continuation of the gut health line and really have a focus in immune health, because the gut and the immune health are so intimately connected. Like 80% of your immune system's actually in your gut and not in your bloodstream. So you want to make sure you've got a healthy gut, and those products that Shana talked about are really key. And then these ones that I'm going to tell you about are going to help even more. I don't have E's. Okay, well, Vital Biome is, you've got some. We'll do E's first. E's that Phyllis is holding up right there Ease is our natural anti-inflammatory. And you guys, if you are a Advil, Tylenol, naproxen, Aleve, like that kind of a person that you just always have that in your purse because you know you're going to need it, you need to just replace that with Ease. And one, your gut will thank you because all those other products are gut killers, and Ease is gut supportive. And then it just is really going to help to calm down inflammation in your body. And then as you are killing off that candida yeast, like Shana talked about, that sometimes can stir up a little dirt in your body, right? It like gets the grime up, and sometimes that makes you feel a little crummy. But Ease is going to help you get through that better. It's going to support you through that and decrease inflammation in your body, which helps your immune system function better. When you're in a high inflammatory state, your immune system doesn't function very well. It can't fight off illnesses as well, and it flips the other way and causes a lot of autoimmune stuff when you've got all that inflammation. So Ease is like a godsend, honestly, I think. So the other products, here we have Vital Biome. Vital Biome is more of a traditional probiotic. So this one just has 8 strains of amazingness in it, basically. No digestive enzymes like Probio 5. So this one's usually taken in addition to Probio 5. The Vital Biome, these 8 strains of probiotic that are in this product, actually every single one of them has a clinical trial demonstrating that they help with things like anxiety, stress, inflammation, immune health, and IBS type symptoms. So if you struggle with any of those, Vital Biome may be a good answer for you. I take this all during flu season because I'm a pediatrician and I basically work and live in a petri dish because I have 4 little kids in elementary school. And this helps my immune system through then. I've been taking it now continuously because we're in the middle of COVID and I still, am wanting to do that. So Vital Biome. And then X Factor Plus is the last one I'll tell you about. X Factor Plus is our multivitamin. This multivitamin is unlike pretty much any other that you will find because it's a full complement multivitamin, multimineral, but it's fully methylated, which means that any body can absorb it. About 40 to 50% of Americans are deficient in the gene that methylates vitamins. And so if you've ever gotten sick from your vitamins or your prenatals, like they just make you feel really gross, you probably have that gene deficiency and you can't use your vitamins if you're taking a synthetic. So this is a plant-based methylated form, natural form of the vitamins that your body can actually use. There's also a patented aloe blend in this product that soothes the lining of your gut. Shana talked a lot about that inflammation with the candida. This soothes the lining of your gut and heals it. And it has been shown to increase absorption of nutrients from your food and from your supplements by up to 300 times. I mean, that's amazing, like 300% increase in absorption of your vitamins and nutrients. So that is a really awesome product. We also have a kids product that's a fully methylated vitamin plus probiotic in one, which as a pediatrician and a mom of little kids, that's like, oh, I love that. So that's all I'm going to tell you about today. Thank you so much again, Phyllis, for having me on. I love you. I've been doing this for 4 years now, taking these products, and I will never quit.
I love it. I love the support, Jessika. Thank you so much. This is what I love about Plexus and this group is that Jessika is not on my team under me or above me. She's next to me. She's got her own big team. And then this is just what we do. We help each other out because we love these products and we feel so passionate about helping others. And so I'm going to actually introduce you to Miss Melody Champion. She is my friend, and she's got a beautiful story and testimony, and you'll see another reason why I can't stop sharing, and I won't stop sharing. I'm going to turn the time over to you, Melody.
Hi. Well, I guess I'll just kind of start off. I think it's probably important to share like what my symptoms are or were pretty much. And a lot of the symptoms that I've had for really decades. And so it started off with like migraines and then like, and I had those like really, really bad. So bad that, I mean, they'd always make me vomit. And it was just like 30 days straight. I'd have, migraine without ceasing. And those were getting so much, they were just really, really horrible for me. And then I had like endometriosis, and then I started getting like, I thought it was like allergies or something. I developed this cough that I could never get rid of. If I got a cold, I'd get this cough that just lasted for months and months, even if it was in the summertime. And so I went to an allergist, and he told me I had asthma. And I just started through the years, I just started progressively getting worse with all my symptoms. And so I wrote a list of a lot of things that I was dealing with. I had debilitating fatigue. And when I say debilitating, I mean like worse than like the first trimester. I couldn't even function. I literally I'd always wonder how people could wake up, take a shower, get ready, and get to work, because I couldn't do that. I didn't have a job, but I was homeschooling my kids. But it got to the point to where I was taking a shower at night and washing my hair, and that's all I could do. And then in the morning, I could, curl my hair and put my makeup on. And then I'd leave to run errands, and I could literally just go run one errand and have to come home. I napped several times a day. It was just like every single day. It was just really debilitating, almost like a car running out of gas. I would have just laid down wherever I was. So I had to like make sure like I get home now, because I'm going to fall asleep. I had brain fog and temperature dysregulation in my body. So I was like fluctuating every day between hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold all day long. I started getting really bad breathlessness, and that's where like the coughing always came in. So basically not being able to get in a full breath of air. And it was almost as if, to give you an idea, like if you've ever had a yawn, and when you yawn all the way and it just feels so good. If somebody were to stop you halfway through your yawn and you can't get that full breath in, that's the way my breathing always was, real shallow breathing. And so if I tried to get in too much, like I was like, my lungs stopped me, it would lead to me coughing. Sometimes I'd have coughing fits where I was throwing up. Migraines, neck pain. I had really bad neck pain, and I just thought that was from a car accident earlier on, but I didn't realize it was from, I'll tell you what my diagnosis ended up being in a minute. I had, I thought were UTIs, ended up being overactive bladder, and I would get in the habit of dehydrating myself so that I wouldn't have to go pee all the time, because it's just really, really bad. Heart palpitations, even just at rest, just heart like racing out of my chest. Blurry vision and floaters. And my vision would change from hour to hour. Like just, so getting glasses prescription really isn't that helpful, or wasn't, because my vision just changed from day to day. Dizziness, I always felt like that vertigo feeling. Noise sensitivity, I got to the point where it was, we would choose where to go out to eat, my husband and I, depending on the noise level of the restaurant, because I couldn't handle that. Anxiety, I started getting that. Having feelings of panic, almost like claustrophobic in my own body, like wanting to just almost wanting to run. I started like kind of hallucinating things. I'm still a little bit afraid to drive at night, because I felt like I could always like see things that weren't there, and I was afraid that I wouldn't maybe see something that would be there. I started getting depressed and developing antisocial tendencies, which was really not like me at all. I was always real friendly, outgoing, jovial person, loved being with my friends. And I got to the point where I just had just tendencies that I didn't want to be around anybody. I started feeling really apathetic towards life. And the sad thing is I'm like had a very happy marriage and kids, and I felt so blessed, which was a weird dichotomy, because I was happy and sad at the same time. It was just really weird. I had a lot of sleep issues. I could fall asleep easy, but I'd wake up several times through the night. I had a lot of cognitive impairment. I couldn't remember like if we had our son with us, like an hour earlier, like if we went to someone's house, couldn't remember that. I just started losing literally my memory, having trouble recalling very simple words. So my speech started getting really bad. Loss of balance. I was very afraid in the shower because I couldn't stand on one leg to like shave my legs. One time I fell over when I was standing talking to my husband in the garage and he had to catch me. I started having crying episodes when I wasn't sad. I would just start crying for no reason. Joint pain, cramps in my feet, always feeling like I had the flu, but the flu never came on. I'd get like a sore throat, you know, that tickly feeling that you feel and you're like, oh, I'm gonna get sick. And I would never get sick. I just always had like flu-like symptoms. Tingling and numbness in my fingers, sometimes in my feet also, and I'd get those Charlie horses. Appetite, I was nauseous. Anyway, there's even more symptoms than that, but that's basically it. And I was going to different doctors for these symptoms. It's like, oh, I can't breathe, you know, go to an allergist, they give me asthma medication, but that didn't help me. And, you know, I ended up having a hysterectomy because of the endometriosis and all these different things. I finally ended up at a functional medicine doctor and found out that I had Lyme disease. And it was almost, I almost felt happy to get the diagnosis, which is really strange, but it's because I felt like I was going crazy with everything I was going through. And so I just kind of felt like I knew what I was dealing with now and I could, you know, try and work through it and everything. So the treatment involved basically about 40 to 45 pills a day I was taking, including heavy duty medications and stuff. And also none of this was covered by my insurance because it's not, they don't cover that. Also I was taking suppositories. I was doing ionic foot baths. I don't know if you guys have heard of those, where you put your feet in the thing and it pulls the toxins out of your body. So I was doing those with my several times a week. Infrared sauna, I bought like a portable infrared sauna and I was doing that. Epsom salt baths, daily coffee enemas. I went to, my doctor was in Shell Beach and I would go twice a week for IV infusions. I saw the chiropractor. There's a special chiropractor that I was seeing in San Luis. I was seeing him for 3 times a week. So basically getting healthy it was like a full-time job, what I was doing. And in the end, it just really wasn't helping me. Everything that I was doing, and my husband was getting so frustrated, did not, know what to do. At times had to take me to the emergency room for, it was just really bad. And Phyllis had contacted me probably towards the beginning of my treatment, and saying, that she had something that she thought that, would really help me. But at the time I was just too overwhelmed. I had so much I was dealing with that I just couldn't even entertain the idea of taking Plexus. And I thought, well, that's probably good for other people, but I'm a whole other enchilada, so I didn't start on it when she first introduced it to me. And probably about a year and a half or 2 years into my it was probably a year and a half later, I was already maybe 6 months into my treatment when Phyllis introduced it. And since it wasn't helping me, everything that I was doing, I was like very on top of it, trying to get better. My husband went to my doctor and he said, she's done. I'm taking her off everything. She's still sick anyway, so we just didn't know what to do. And I look at it like a blessing, like it was a God thing, because that very same week, like I stopped taking everything, stopped all my IV infusions and everything. And like that next day, I got an invitation from Phyllis to go to like a little wellness seminar. And so I asked my husband, I'm going to go to this. Do you want to go? And he said, sure. And so I just remember praying on the way there. And I just said, you know what, Lord, I'm not going to push for this. If it's the right thing, let us speak through, my husband. And at the very end, he says, I think you should do this. And so that was November of 2018, so about a year and a half ago. And I started taking it. But the cool thing is I was on so much, my protocols were so intense that Phyllis had me come over to her house. And she had said, bring your medications and we'll look at them. But I took too much. There was no way I could bring everything. I mean, all my stuff was in my medicine cabinet, bathroom cabinets, the kitchen cabinets, my refrigerator. I had stuff all over. And so I just, when I was at Phyllis's house, I just phoned, home and had my son go through each thing and say what I was taking, And so Phyllis took the time to go through everything and say, okay, well, you don't need this, okay, you don't need this, because, with Plexus, this can replace this. And Brooke was there too, Brooke Hemingway. And they whittled down everything I was taking. And it was really just a small amount of my own stuff that I was taking. And then I added Plexus in. And it was amazing because I didn't think really, I just felt like I would have to take it probably for a long time before it would help me, because I wasn't at ground zero like I felt like regular people were. I'm way, way down. And I would say even like the first week or two, the first thing I started noticing was that I was sleeping. I was able to sleep and only get up one time through the night, which before I was getting up many times in a night. And then I started noticing that my bladder wasn't so, overactive, and my migraine started, it was really strange because one by one, all my symptoms started just going away. And by April, and it was probably before then, but I'm remembering April as my marker because I was at a party and people there were just stunned. I was like a totally different person. People actually were crying when they were talking to me and seeing me because they couldn't believe. It was like it changed.
You froze a little bit, Melody. Oh. Is she frozen for everybody else? Yeah. Okay. Melody, you're frozen. Or if it's her Wi-Fi. Oh my gosh, it's like we're hanging on there. You got to finish. Oh, here she is. She's going to finish. Okay.
So strange as it seems, I really say that Plexus has given me my life back. And I'm so happy, it's been a miracle for me, really. And I know that, people say, oh, don't say that, but for me, it really has been. So that's pretty much my story.
Oh my gosh, Melody, thank you. I mean, these are the stories, guys, that just bring me to my knees. I really appreciate you going through all of that and you can just see the emotion because gosh, when you just think your life is over and things are so frustrating and there's no answers, like it's crazy. So thank you again. Thank you for sharing. It looks like Jessika Wagner is having to go to help with her kids. But anyway, so we just want to say thank you, Jessika, if you're still listening, for being here. I'm going to just present really quickly about our skincare serums. There she is. Bye. And then we'll open it for any questions and answers. So I appreciate you guys hanging in there. We want to try to always keep these to 30 minutes, but sometimes, we just have such a good testimony going. We got to hear it all. So anyway, and the products are great. So you might want to stick around for this. All right. So our skincare serum, just like we have beautiful, consciously clean products for our internal microbiome, we have some pretty incredible products for our external microbiome. Our skin is our largest organ, and it is a huge protective mechanism. So you want to keep your skin in the healthiest shape possible. So we have a day serum and a night serum. So our day serum, it's cute, kind of has like sunrise colors. This one enhances skin's natural radiance. So when you see people that are on Joyome, you're like, oh, you have the Joyome glow. That's what I call it. It reduces expression lines like your crow's feet or smile lines, even your deeper expression lines, the ones here, 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 and all that. Diminishes the dark circles, the puffiness, and it improves the appearance of skin firmness. So I always say these products for me made me feel like I had a skin peel, and I've really never had one of those, but my skin felt so smooth, like it had completely had been resurfaced. That's how I explain it. So there's some pretty incredible ingredients. If you guys are savvy to these, I just want to pop through them real quick. Our ghirelline peptide, that's the one that relaxes and softens the appearance of the crow's feet, forehead creases, and other expression lines. Hyaluronic acid, that one's pretty, I mean, everybody I feel like has heard that before, but that draws moisture deep into the skin for plump, volumized looks. So that's what's really helping to get rid of the wrinkles. Red clover extract. So I just want to stop and say that Plexus went so far above and beyond with our skincare serums that European standards are like, they have a do not add list of 1,300 ingredients they will not allow in their skincare regimens. Plexus went to another 100 and made that 1,400. So this is when I say consciously clean, it's beautiful what's in this product. So red clover extract, that one minimizes the appearance of pores by reducing the oil accumulation and pore debris. So the dirt and oils that collect, gets rid of that. Niacinamide, that has radiance boosting B vitamins. So back to the vitamins again. Erythroid peptide reduces the appearance of the dark circles and under eye puffiness. And ceramides are the ones that enrich and hydrate the skin to reduce the appearance of wrinkles. Okay, that's our day serum. Kind of cranking through it, but I'm, just want to get through here. Our night serum, super cute. Both of these, by the way, you wash your face in the morning with literally soap and water. Same thing at night, soap and water. 2 pumps of this. This is our 30-day supply. 2 pumps, face, neck. If you want to do your chest too, I say 3 pumps and you'll get all of this. My little sun bumps that I had, those are all smooth. My skin, like I said, it feels resurfaced. So night serum, this one helps to firm up your skin and lift the skin, giving and moisturizing the skin. So this one visibly reduces deep lines and wrinkles. There's the resurfacing is in this one for the smoother appearance. And it also diminishes the appearance of age spots. So a lot of people, you'll hear us talk about how our age spots have faded. I had a bigger one on my chin that's like nearly gone. You don't even know it's there. So that one has retinoid ester in it. It's non-irritating form of retinoid. So this is the one that renews the plumpness and softens the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. It also helps with elasticity and hydration and so much more. Matrixyl peptide, this one, the skin appears smooth, firm, and filled. So we had it's awesome. I have this, another physician friend. She is a GYN, but she does a lot of aesthetics in her office, like Botox fillers. She said, no way, that person had Botox and the fillers. And we said, nope, that person is only using Joyome. And so that's what sold her on our products and got her going. That's what's hilarious. And now she's a total gut health fan and uses it in her practice as well. So there's another azologlycina. It minimizes the appearance of the age spots and brightens the skin. And brightens skin tone. So again, there's the Joyome Glow. Bakuchiol conditions and enhances skin clarity, and lactic acid gently exfoliates the dull surface cells to reveal the brilliant skin. So I use like a little sponge in my shower, and I just use that with a little soap. And that really, oh my gosh, that's just an extra exfoliant. So it takes all that dead stuff that Joyome is getting rid of, and it just takes it down another layer. It's pretty awesome. And then lastly, our collagen. So we keep it simple with Plexus. We have our skin serums. So that's like multi-step, right? You just heard a bunch of stuff: moisturizer, exfoliant, toner, and eye cream, eye serum, right? All that in those 2 little products. And then you have our multi-complex collagen. So it's type 1 and 3. It's a hydrolyzed blend. So some of you, again, if you're savvy, these words are going to just explode in your brain. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. It's wild caught marine, which is salmon, and grass-fed bovine, and that supports skin structure and reduces sagging and wrinkles. Also, with long-term use, reduces the appearance of cellulite. Definitely, because it's collagen, it supports healthy hair, skin, nails, hydrates the skin, improves skin texture, improving the appearance of cellulite, okay, with long-term use. Vitamin E protects and helps defend the skin against environmental damage, so we have vitamin E in there. And this is really cool. We have a superfood blend in here, which is great because it's also effective for gut health. So antioxidant rich superfoods like acai, palm fruit, lucuma fruit, pomegranate, asparagus, that's a prebiotic. So we have a prebiotic in our collagen. Camu fruit and other antioxidants, phytonutrients, polyphenols, that again kind of stimulates and feeds good gut bacteria. It helps defend the skin and the gut against damage caused by free radicals. So here's where I want to open this up to questions. Thank you again, you guys, for hanging in there with me.